welcome back. We're just going to have a really quick look at this lovely set, the RS.2. It's got a Princess Royal and some maroon coaches. She came along in 1960-61 from what I've read, but firstly let's just have a look at what I've done since I made the last video. Now, I mentioned I was hoping to sort of paint the walls and get some timber in and cut maybe, but as it's been a bank holiday weekend last weekend here in the UK, I had a real concerted effort and some great help from my wife and my son, and we managed to achieve an awful lot. It isn't complete yet, but I'm way further ahead than I had anticipated. I think if you're viewing this, it's probably sometime in October by the time this video is scheduled, so you can see I've got quite a bit done here. We've got the return down this wall to come in. I'm waiting for the timber. I think even if I'd had the timber in time, I wouldn't have had the time over the weekend to get that in, but I'm really pleased with the progress. So if we just swing around and have a look, got all of the paintwork mostly done. Still a little bit and some furniture to get rid of in the corner. That will be gone at some point between now and Christmas. So, and there's a return to come in here, so you can see it's coming together quite well. I'm very pleased with it. All of the boxes that were under my previous layout and down the wall will eventually sit underneath here, I think, with a little space perhaps to collect some more items. You never know, but I have to be careful and not overfill the room. But eventually we'll be able to run around and around the room, which I am really looking forward to make some of these models stretch their legs a little bit. But let's have a quick look at this set, and I'll just show you some sort of still pictures of what went on over the weekend. We'll just have a swift look through this 1961 catalogue, the 7th edition from Triangle Railways here. Perhaps not all of the catalogue. So it's got some lovely images in it, lovely illustrations, I think, rather than photographs. You can see my version is slightly damaged by water or something over the time. And the colours aren't quite true to life. See if I can hold the camera up a little higher so you can get a better look. And there we've got the wonderful sets, and there is the Princess Royal R258 with the R34 tender by the looks of it there. And they've got that lovely logo there with smoke, and indeed the model I have in the box should have smoke, but the smoke unit is not disabled, it just doesn't work, it's damaged in some way or other. I've never replaced it. We've got the slightly shorter maroon coaches here. I think the composite was R321 and the restaurant R322 and the brake R320, I think. They're listed down here somewhere if we have a look for the set. We've got the RS1, RS2 Express passenger train set with smoke. And there's that list of contents. Maybe I got the numbers the wrong way around. But let's have a look through the rest of the catalogue. Lovely illustration, that, isn't it? Must have taken hours to put that together. Great range of locomotives there. I think we've seen most of those over the last few months in one form or another. Perhaps not of this age, but maybe more contemporary, slightly more contemporary type versions. Full range of coaches there. That really is quite wonderful, isn't it? So they did have quite an extensive range by the time the early 60s came along. But, we've got This lovely little inset here about the seat units, which could be bought separately to put into your coaches. I think from this point on, a lot of the coaches came with seating as part of the deal. Lovely set of goods wagons. Quite a few, isn't there? That's lovely as well. I have one of those in with a crane in that buff colour as well. I must have that out on the railway when we've got some railway. Lovely track there. Of course, we've got Series 3 running today with this set, although the track I have down on the board is slightly better condition than the track in the box. So lovely catenary there, early style catenary with these lovely piers to get it up over the wire. Sorry, earlier style supports here. My previous railway had the bright or the orangey salmon coloured ones, didn't it? These sort of lattice work ones are much earlier. They're quite pretty, but they did make some supports to get it up over the catenary. And sadly, these supports weren't really compatible with the later style piers. Lovely Transcontinental range there. Transcontinental sets. Very bright and colourful. Must have been lovely in the toy shop windows, I think. Excellent range of coaches. Now we've got the second series of Transcontinental coaches coming in here with shown with the earlier first series ones at the bottom of the page there. Again, lovely set of coloured wagons, aren't they? They really are a great set, aren't they? And I think we've had that in the video a long time ago. Perhaps we should have those out with the crane as well. Turntable we've seen. The girder bridge I got stuck on at the end of last video. I noticed it was included in the illustration. That is it's an R78 and a couple of R77 piers. I have shown a set including that in the past. River bridge. I can't get hold of the pages. Lovely set of buildings. Now, one of the things I'm hoping to do with this new baseboard is take advantage of it and try and get a station set up a little bit like this and use those buildings. I have collected them over the years, although when I'm looking through now, I haven't collected quite as much Series 3 track as I had thought. But I might have to be on the lookout for a little bit more of that. And the diesel horn, that would have been a great item. I don't think that ever made it into production. Kiosk, we had one of those on the station in the last layout. Some interesting bits and pieces there. And there's those rubber buildings. We had a quick look at those recently, didn't we? And a lovely little set you could use to upgrade your buildings, a TV aerial, a weather vane, and a pub sign, and what looks like might be a ladder. Terrific things. And there's the smoke unit. These could have been fitted separately to your locomotives, or some locomotives at the time. Again, I think I showed one of those in a much earlier video. And there we have the back page with the primary sets. We've seen some of these items in the past. I don't have all of those, but I have quite a few of them. So we'll pop this to one side, and we'll see if we can whip off the lid of the box here. But firstly, let's just have a swift look around the box. So we've got this lovely sticker here on tape, which has been sort of applied to the corners with smoke, magnet adhesion. So a quick look around there. The box is fairly fragile, so I'm not going to try and manhandle it in the air with one hand. It's been fairly extensively repaired with sellotape over the years, by the looks of it. Is that somebody's written RS.2 on the side? I thought that was a price then. We'll just have a look at the other side and see if there is a price. No, I think we're out of luck on a price there. I should have looked at what the current price for one of these sets was in 1960 or 61. And there's a lovely picture there with the father and his two sons playing with the with the railway. I don't think you get all of those items in this little box though, sadly. It'd be good if you did. So we'll just pop that to one side. The box lid has been repaired. Obviously we've seen outside extensive tape. It's a bit battered and bruised on the inside there. Let's see if we lean that up against the back there. So there we have it, fairly tidy. There's a little bit of broken, one of these little cradles which holds the items here is a little bit away in the corner there, but fairly nice. Lovely bit of tape there with Trying Railways and the set name. I think they had those on like rolls of sellotape. That'd be quite nice to have, wouldn't they? And there's those coaches, maroon, not scale length ones. They came along in '62, and I think this set was changed to RS.2 and when it was released with the scale length coaches, and I imagine with the Super 4 track. But great looking set, isn't it? Let's see if I can get that back far enough to look at the whole thing in one go. I'm going to have to put the camera down. I'll pop these items on the little circle of track we've got. This track in here really has suffered over time. I don't think I've ever used it. I don't think the conductivity is going to be too successful with these. Need a little bit of attention, so I've just got some slightly better condition Series 3 there. And a swift look over one of these coaches. Now I made a mistake when I was looking at the catalogue before. I had indicated that there was a restaurant car in with this set, and there isn't. There were just the two composites and a brake. My mistake. I knew I was saying something wrong when I was quoting those numbers. But also what I'd forgotten is that these coaches haven't run, well, I haven't run them since I've had them. I don't know whether we can see how dirty those wheels are. So they're going to be running a little on the rough side. I do have another set of these. Perhaps I should have got those out. These don't have the seating either. I believe that my other set have seating units fitted. But we'll get these on the track, and we'll have a swift look over the locomotive. So let's pop that on. Yeah, when all this has calmed down, I'll have to get around to giving these a clean. The roofs are really quite filthy on these if we have a look over them. Desperately need a little bit of warm soap and water on these to liven them up a bit. But they run, but you can hear they're very, very rough on the rails. Of course, we've got a little bit more echo in here today. We've got nothing under the baseboard soaking up the sound, and the room is almost completely empty, so there is quite an echo. So let's have a swift look at the tender. So the lining's in quite lovely condition on this. Just have a swift look down that side. And we've got what looks like spoked wheels in there. And I can't quite read the writing on the underneath of there. Let's just turn that into the light a little more and see what we've got. We've definitely got Triang, and we've got R30 and R31 by the looks of it. So the catalogue said that this tender was R34 in the maroon for the Princess Royal. I think that's made in England down there as well. You can just see that. Let's have a look down the other side of the tender. Again, fairly tidy old thing. Let's have a look. Lovely condition. Definitely played with, but been looked after and enjoyed, I think. So let's pop this one on the rails as well. Open axle boxes. So that's much smoother running than the old coaches. But that is all part of it. They make a lovely sound. So a swift look at this model. So see-through wheels and steel tyres. Got the magnet adhesion. I don't think we can see it quite there. If I pick that up, we might be able to see the magnets through the wheels there. But I'll just put an insert of a service sheet there, so you can see exactly where they. You can just see the recess behind that back drive wheel there. but it's in fairly tidy condition. I think we were running this one within the last year or so on the layout, but as I say, the smoke unit is disabled. Not disabled, it's non-functioning. It's got part of it missing. So I think we'll get this on the rails. And there is some cab detail in there. Again, if we turn this around to the light there, we can see there's a little cab detail in there. I'll need to get the camera set up better for showing these things next time, I think, but everything's all in a bit of a mess, so let's get her on the rails and see how we do. There we are, front bogie to go on. I think I have all of the driving wheels on. There we go. This is a very tight radius track, this. Small radius curves from Series 3. So I think what we need now is some power, isn't it? And we'll see how we do. First toy trains on the new baseboard. So I'll grab the controller. And off she goes. A little bit hesitant there over the uncoupling ramp. It makes a rather impressive noise. But as I say, those wheels really are a bit dirty, causing a lot of friction. I think I'm going to take out that uncoupling ramp and replace it with a straight piece of track and see if we get some smoother or smoothish running. I thought when I was editing the video there was quite a nice natural break where I decided to remove the uncoupling rail as it was causing a bit of problems with the running. It was very, very dirty, so I thought I'd have a swift look over the model. I'll have a look at the inside. I thought I might not do this on this video, but it seems like a nice place to put it in the video. We've got triangle there, got quite a bit of oil splatter in there, and we do have R50. That's the catalogue number of the Black Princess, and as we've seen on the tender, it's got the catalogue number of the tender for the Green Princess and the Black Princess, of course, but not the number for this one, which is R34, I think. I think this model came along much later, and in '59, before the other, after the other princesses, sorry. So maybe didn't get it on the moulding perhaps. But if we just pop that down, and we'll have a quick look at the chassis. So as I mentioned that the chassis had a smoke unit in it, but it wasn't working. It's missing its tiny little smoking tube, which goes in that tiny little hole down there, if you can see that. Let me just pop that down and I'll get this instruction sheet and perhaps illustrate it a little bit better. You can see it's been inserted there, the smoking pipe. Tiny little pipe goes inside the tube we've just seen, and that makes the smoking effect work. It doesn't seem to work without it. It can become lost if the chassis or the models are turned upside down, but this one has never smoked since I've had it. But great wheels, got magnet adhesion as we pointed out earlier, got the magnet on the front wheel as well. So if we pop that down, just stick it on this single piece of track here. Let's see if we've got a little bit of traction there. Not traction, but definitely magnetic stick, isn't it? So that's definitely going to give you quite a bit of extra pulling power. You need it with the dirty wheels on these particular coaches at the moment. But as I say, it's in fairly tidy old condition. But with the smoke unit not running, it's probably saved the bodywork a little bit. The chimneys tend to melt a little bit or discolour or go white on the inside or black. You see we've got the effects of smoke there, but maybe as it hasn't smoked quite so much, it's saved it from sort of melting. We've got the crack in the buffer beam. I can't remember now whether I pointed that out or not, possibly as the the screw in the front there has been overcracked, sadly. So I've just taken that uncoupling ramp out, or uncoupling rail. It seemed to be causing a bit of a dead spot in the track there, so I've just replaced it with a standard straight, and I'm hoping for a little better running. But this was just thrown together all rather rapidly, so I haven't taken as much care over preparing the track as I might have done. So we'll just go and give that a little more power and see how we do this time. So we'll wind this up a bit. Yeah, that's an improvement, isn't it? I'm not sure how well you can hear me while she's running, but we'll stick with it. So we'll just let her run for a moment or two. I think that's probably it for this time. If you look back again next time, we'll see if we can have something else to look at and have a look at the progress I've made with the layout. Now I'm hoping to have the board down on this sort of return wall over here, down up to the door in the corner of the room. But thanks again for watching. It's hugely appreciated. Goodbye now.